The Chinese farmer, also known as good luck, bad luck, who knows? Once upon a time in ancient China, there was a humble farmer who lived with his son. They owned a single horse, which they depended on for their work on the fields. One day, the horse ran away. The neighbors came over and said, "What bad luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the horse returned and brought with it 3 wild horses from the mountains. The neighbors exclaimed, "How wonderful! What good fortune!" The farmer simply said, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Later, the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses. He was thrown off and broke his leg. The neighbors again came to offer sympathy. "How terrible! Such bad luck!" The farmer responded, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Weeks later, the emperor's men came to the village to recruit all able-bodied young men for the army. A war had broken out. But the farmer's son, with his broken leg, was left behind. The neighbors said, "How lucky! Your son was spared!" And the farmer said, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." So what's the moral of the story? The moral is that we can't really foresee whether something is good or bad for us, because we have a very limited perception. And there's this interesting saying that goes something like, "Life is lived forward, but understood only backwards." So what can you do if you feel like there's a hardship at the moment? I guess the answer already lies in the way that this farmer behaves, which is, well, let's just see and accept what is. I think this is one of the biggest takeaways from this story that I like very much, because in a very simple manner, it delivers quite the powerful message. Over the years, I came to understand that acceptance is one of those core skills, if you want to call it that, that one should cultivate. Because there will be so many things in life happening kind of to you, which you have absolutely no control over. You can be trying to control everything in your surrounding, but still these things will happen and do happen. And the only thing that helps you through these difficult things is acceptance. Another thing would be trust, which goes kind of together, because if you trust in the universe, then that already by itself releases a lot of subtle tension, like mental tension and so on. Also, by the way, I made a video about this. The short, just like the quintessence of what I want to give you here is that it's actually a choice, whether you trust the universe or whether you live in fear. You can, by analyzing it mentally, come to the conclusion that, well, you don't know anything about the future, same as in this story. You don't know what's going to happen in 1 hour, in 1 day, in 1 year, or in 50 years. You have absolutely no idea. So, if you already project things into the future, which you will do anyway, except you transcended your intellect completely, then at least choose that you project in a positive way. Make the decision to trust this whole life process that's happening for you. And I want to remind you, or if it's not a reminder, then I want to give you this idea. Please consider that there may be a higher intelligence that sits above everything, that is there just for you, just for your growth and for the best that can happen to you individually. And that every low that you go through is there for a reason. And usually if you see your experiences in life through this lens of, oh, there's like a signal here, like what is that supposed to tell me, like specifically for you? Not like a victim mentality, but rather like maybe like a student mentality. Oh, what is in there for me? You also get a like really completely different mindset and like how you look at things, and it makes life so much easier. And yeah, this is what I want to encourage you, that you take this stance. Be like the Chinese farmer saying, well, I don't know what it's good for, let's just see, you know? Which also, on the other hand, means not be overly excited about positive things. Yeah, enjoy it, you know. Go through, enjoy, and take it, but don't cling. Don't cling to things. It's another thing that's beautifully encapsulated in this story, which, by the way, I didn't come up with it. Like it's a very old story. I don't know who came up with it, but it's there for quite some time. And yeah, there's really so much in this short little story, and I think it's good for children and grown-ups, like whatever age you are. I think everybody kind of gets the message behind this. And yeah, I really hope that this little story will give you a small impulse for your life, maybe a bit more ease and understanding. And I wish you the best of luck and a beautiful day.